I don't know if we've started or not. I really need some help. I need a tech savvy giant of the industry. But because it's just me, I'm going to hope that you bear with me. I'm here to ask you guys a little bit of questions, some things that may be a little different for you. And if you're hitting the wall with all this energy of division and discontent. So, do you know what anxiety is? Anxiety is our intuition on steroids. And why is that? Because we ended up getting triggered or broken or traumatized by events in our past. And those events, whenever something similar comes up, we start searching out here in our external world, looking around to see what is it that's going to bring us joy, what is it going to, are we triggering fear, and we start sliding into the negative. And one of the things that is so bad about is that once we are in that fear, we start creating negative experiences. And I don't mean just that you'll actually create them, because you will, but everything you'll start to see, even if it could be positive, will be a negative. For example, I went to the grocery store the other day and I put my number in. I never put my rewards number in. I quit doing that a long time ago, and I thought I'm going to do it this time. I was only picking up a few items, but I put my number in, and all of a sudden I looked at and the screen started changing, and I went from having a bill of $27.62 to having a bill of $2.62. I thought it was fantastic. And somebody else says, well, what'd you get it for? Aren't you curious? Don't you think they're going to come back on you? I'm like, why would they come back on me? I didn't think it would be a negative experience. Somebody else did. And I find that kind of funny because, when we look at the negative and we experience that, we will constantly stay in fear, doubt. People are hunting us. People are going to traumatize us. They're going to take us. And once we get out of that, then we can shift into a more positive flowing existence. For example, everybody's been talking about 3D, 4D, 5D. And when they talk about this, not everybody understands it. So let me explain a little bit. 3D is the consciousness of experience that is created by the external forces. It's not something within us. It's what we're seeing outside of us that create our existence. So a flat tire, we have to change the tire. That can be seen as a negative. Oh, yay, I got a refund from my, uh, utility bill. And when we have those experiences, we go positive or negative. And those are all the experiences of the 3D world. It's the duality. So when those things start to happen in our 3D world, we're not living in the present moment. And it disrupts our present moment of calmness because we're out here thinking, seeking, and experiencing. That's why your intuition starts working on overdrive, because you're looking for what next. And instead of experiencing what is, which is a beautiful space to be in, and understanding you're going to get what you need from there, then we go ahead and we create fear-based assumptions that create another reality break, that create. And also we can focus on negativity. But when you start to recognize that you can live in the present moment now, which is, let's say it's 4D. So letting go of fear and opening up to unconditional everything. Every experience is a positive. It's what we created to help us learn what we're creating. So it's kind of that space where unconditional love takes hold. But to get there, you have to learn what you believe in order to unbelieve, in order to come into your knowing. And if you can do that, then you can experience a really powerful, wonderful opportunity for your life to develop into peace and calm. And experiencing unconditional everything. And I don't mean negative experiences, because nobody goes, oh, gee, I want to have a car accident so that I have time off of work. No, we think I would love for my boss to give me an extra week of vacation. But if we're so busy chasing the external forces that are in 3D, the media, the politics, the movies, the neighbors irritating us, if we're so busy letting all those things influence us, we're forgetting to stop so that, call it God, source, or universe, I don't care, can find you in your present moment and give you what you have created in the positive. That's really where we're going. That's where the power lies. So let's look at what they mean by 5D. 5D is duality is gone. It's completely gone. We don't need it anymore to experience duality. We don't need right or wrong. We don't need to make a judgment from an opinion that we made fact. We don't need to see what's good or bad. We don't have to live in the Garden of Eden or the devil in hell. We don't need these dualities. Rich, poor, healthy, not healthy. It's gone. Because it doesn't exist in a world in which you have accepted consciousness and created from that moment. It's like understanding, I don't get this one, and maybe some of you can help me. I see a lot of friends of mine saying, oh my God, I don't want to die. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, these are some of the most religious people that I know. So if you're so sure of your religion, why are you living in fear of eternity in what you have termed heaven? So for me, it's just a consciousness shift. I don't have a heaven or a hell. I don't have to experience that duality. I just know that I exist in the all, consciousness and all. And it is a very nice place for me to be in order to really connect. Now, I want to ask you seriously, do you have the tools to create a shift in the paradigm that you have created? In other words, do you have the tools that it will take to help you get from the point that you're at, wanting to experience all the good, to just experiencing all the positivity? If you want it, you're holding it out there. If you're reflecting on it, you put it back in your past. You're not in the present moment. And that's disrupting the flow that the universe, consciousness, God, collective consciousness, we have that opportunity to, whatever you want to call it, just to be, so that those blessings can come. So why do I ask you this? Because most of us don't have it. And why do I know this? Because I was a victim to my circumstances until I learned not to be a victim to my circumstances, and I realized that everything is in the positive flow now. I remember when I was a kid and I colored, and I was so amazed by that crayon, and you colored and it just put the color on the paper. There wasn't a right or wrong color to use. There was just coloring, being in the present moment, and it was peaceful. I remember looking at the birds and just being amazed that the birds were up by the clouds, because it looked similar to me, and just experiencing. And guess what happened? I didn't have to worry about all the negativity that my parents were experiencing, because they were taught to work hard, be tough, get money the hard way. You have to suffer. That's what our religions teach us. And we have the tools to create that difference. If you're interested, we're offering a Phase 1 beta course online for anybody who wants to attend from wherever they're at. Doesn't matter, across the world. And it's only going to be $100. Why am I doing this? Because if you start thinking more positive, you will create change for those people around you, and it spreads. So nobody gets to run us. They don't get to make us fear living with each other, around each other. They don't get to bring their hate, their anger, and their division to my table. And that means that my world is a much more peaceful world, and I want to share that with you. If you're interested, you can tag me. You can DM me. you can leave your name at the bottom of this video and I'll get back in touch with you. But we are going to be doing this paradigm shift so you can lose the fear, live now more fully and open to your happier you life. You will be the change you want to see in the world. So from my heart to all of yours, have a wonderful day, and remember, just sit in the moment. It's a beautiful place to be. Bye for now.